This video, I'm going to be revealing to you your Starseed mission, sharing some things about who you really are that maybe you're just now starting to come to remember, and show you how you can move forward to really fulfilling the whole purpose you came here. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you your Starseed mission, and by the end of this video, you will know more about what that is and why you came here. Now first off, maybe you've seen a couple of my videos before on starseeds, and basically what I say with starseeds is that every single person on this planet is multidimensional, whether they are aware of it or not. And if you're tapping into your starseed energy or your starseed awareness, then it means that you are someone that came here to wake up first. One of the first ones to wake up. Because this is what happened in general when it comes to our reality. And the work of Dolores Cannon talks about this, how we have all of these souls on the planet right now that came here for this time specifically, because never before has a whole entire planet had the ability to ascend in the way that we are able to ascend in this life to a higher level of vibration. And because of that, we have the potential in this lifetime for us at a mass level to go through this shift in consciousness and to go through an awakening of who we are. Now here's the thing. Dolores Cannon's work, she has a process I've shared quite a bit about. It's called QHHT. And what it is it gets people to a very deep level of their subconscious mind to where then their higher self can come through. And their higher self, their subconscious, can answer certain questions like, why did I incarnate at this time? What is my purpose in this life? Or what was my relationship with this person? You might be like, oh, there was like some enemy I had. What was my relationship with this person? And then this higher self can connect it to a past life or some other time. And what happens is we're able to then see things in a more multidimensional way. And it's very empowering. And Dolores Cannon talks about this, or through her clients. So basically what happened is she put these people into a very deep level of hypnotic trance and then asked questions, answers would come through. And then what happened is there were times that over and over and over again people said similar things. We came here for this shift in consciousness right now. We came here to be a part of the Great Awakening. We came here to go through this as a society as well as individual. And that's through different people all over the world. And this is back in the 70s and the 80s too, when this was very taboo. Now you think it's a little weird? Back then it was even more weird. So when it comes to this starseed information, we're all multidimensional. It's just that the people waking up first are what we call starseeds. And this is what she said. We heard the call. Many of us as starseeds were in different planetary systems when we heard the call. The call was in time-space reality, what we would consider to be 1940s. When we were starting, or 1920s, 30s, when we started to introduce nuclear bombs into our collective consciousness, and a bomb goes off, like the bomb in the 1940s, and what happens is that does not just affect our reality. That affects the reality of reality systems around us as well. And because of that, that's when intervening happens. That's when there's a necessity towards something changing. We see, we have free will within our planetary system. But because of that level of harm that happened on planet Earth, plus surrounding areas, because it's all connected, then there was that call put out. And through a lot of her clients, and this was in the book, I believe, The 3 Volunteers, she said that the call was put out, the cry for help. And this cry for help went all around, and then what happens is we, as starseeds, were in different planetary systems, and we heard the call, and we had a connection to Earth, or have a connection to Earth. And many of us have had lives in what we call Atlantis times, Lemuria lives, past lives from a long, long time ago. And because we have these connections from a long time ago, and because in Atlantis times, for example, we had the ability, and we were going through a form of ascension process. We were already actually higher than where we are now. We could do some pretty magical things beyond what we think is possible. But then what happens is we actually fell down in civilization back in Atlantis times. Well, what's happening right now is we are replaying that, but choosing a new timeline. We are in a way undoing that karma. So as starseeds, many of us have a couple past lives in Earth or more, but we have some past life connection to Earth, and when we heard the call, we felt obligated and responsible for coming here. And we knew that it wasn't going to be easy necessarily, because we knew that we were going to forget who we are. We were going to go through a veil of forgetfulness. Many of us then went through a spiritual awakening, which isn't always the most pleasant thing. But we knew that we could do it. And here's the thing as well. Because so many people are asleep, we knew this is the way that we influence this reality on Earth. You do not influence the reality on Earth by outside forces. People say all the time, like, why can't ETs just land or this or that? Well, we have to collectively be ready for it. And what happens is unless we are ready for it, we're not going to actually go through it. Because then, and think about it as well, are we really ready? If something did happen like that, when some people just lose their, just lose their minds or something, I would love for it to happen. I would love for, but the way that we influence this reality is not from the outside in. It's not from like, ETs landing, giving us technology that's always been around. We have to be ready for it. We have to find it out ourselves. Instead of somebody just giving us, it's like the difference between somebody giving you fish or you learning how to fish, that analogy. So in the same way, what we are learning to do is we're learning how to fish for ourselves. And what we knew we wanted to do is we wanted to incarnate inside the system, because that's the way we really influence it. And by us each individually waking up, every single starseed listening to this video right now, you are increasing the vibration in the collective consciousness. And what you're doing is you're planting, like, I use this analogy a lot, but like popcorn popping. It starts off small, pop, pop, pop. And we as starseeds are kind of the first pops. And then what happens is then pop, 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 pop. It's heated up to a certain point to where it's much more common. But in a way, those popcorns almost have a contagious energy. Think of it like that. That's the analogy I have. The popcorn has a contagious energy, and it allows more and more people to wake up. So just from us all being around each other, we have more and more of a potential to wake up. And just from us knowing this, it allows for that to come through. Like, think of it like there's this earth, and then around it is this collective unconsciousness. It's this energy, it's this thought forms. Thoughts are literally things. We think thoughts aren't real because we can't actually see them with our eyes. Thoughts are literally things. And because thoughts are things, there's this collective thought bubble around the earth. And what happens is, as starseeds, what we're doing is we're coming into the system, remembering who we are, and making a stronger template. We're making a stronger template so that other people can wake up as well. And you may notice that. I look around and I'm like, wow, so many people are waking up. Even now, compared to like 2017 when I started making YouTube videos, so many people are waking up. And it's so powerful to see. So this is what is happening now. We came into the system, we forgot who we are, and we wanted to remember who we are. And one of the things a lot of starseeds do, whether they're aware of it or not, is they tap into source energy. Everyone has a connection to source energy. But as starseeds, what we are able to do is we're able to tap into what could be called the 5D energy. Because most of us as starseeds come from realms that are higher vibrational than Earth. Earth is a very dense place compared to where many of us normally inhabit. Now, we don't have to get too egotistical about this, like, gosh, I'm so high vibrational that I'm used to like the 12th dimension. What dimension are you used to? Oh, the 5th? That's low compared to me. That's not how it is. It is, though, that we have maybe certain energies that we bring through because we're multidimensional. We exist now, those versions of us exist now, but we're able to bring through that energy. We're able to bring through that 5D energy that then comes into this reality and affects reality from the inside out. So, as a starseed, as somebody that would have clicked on this video, you do have a mission for being here. And one of your main missions is for you to raise your frequency. It's for you to raise your vibration. One of the best ways to raise your vibration is doing what you're passionate about. Because when you're doing what you're passionate about, you're in your core frequency, and that influences every single person that you are around, whether you realize it or not. And when you're in that high vibe, it then trickles out and affects everybody. So this passion frequency is what's influencing your reality. Now, your main mission was to raise your frequency. Of course, there's learning lessons, there's things that you can learn, but you chose to come here to wake up, to be one of the first to wake up. And you are. If you're watching this video right now, you're in the process of waking up, or you wouldn't have watched this video 10-something minutes into this video unless you were one of those people. Because it wouldn't be able to hold your attention long enough. So you are one of those starseeds that came to be the first to wake up so that you could also help other people to wake up as well. Because a lot of people walk around in a deep level of hypnosis. They're walking around, they have no idea that they are multidimensional beings. They've completely forgotten who they are. They are emphasizing their 3D body. They're overstimulating themselves, and they think this is who I am. But what you're here to do is to say, no, that's not just who you are. You are so much more than that. You are so much more than you can even imagine. So your starseed mission on Earth is to raise your frequency and to be one of the first to wake up. And one of the ways you raise your frequency is by doing what you're passionate about. So understand that that's what you're going through right now, and that's what will continue to happen. I believe that in 10 or 15 years, reality will look completely different. Not just because we're going to have cool technology and we're going to live in VR land or anything. May have something to do with it, I don't know. But in general, we came here for this. We had a time in Atlantis where things fell down in civilization. And what we want to do is we want to redo that. From what I understand, we are in the process and on the timeline right now where we are offsetting that reality. And we are allowing ourselves to more so be in a high vibrational state where it's a reality where those negative timelines don't happen. And those negative timelines existed where us could have fell back down into that deep hypnosis of civilization. But from what Bashar says, we are more so awake to who we really are. We are more so we're not on that timeline. And if you've heard the material of Bashar, if you've heard the material of the Law of One or Dolores Cannon, then you know that right now there's a shift happening on the planet. And that this shift happening on the planet is why we came here. And what Bashar says is as time goes on, there'll be more and more of a splitting of different realities. These splitting of different realities depends on which life track we're on. Depends on which track we're on. What's up, bro? What up? So, depending on what track we're on will depend upon which one we experience. So the way that Bashar says it is, whatever track you're on, choose it, because otherwise it will become a little, not that it'll be too late, but it's going to be harder and harder to jump from one life track to another life track. So choose the one wisely. And as a starseed, you came here to remember who you are, because then you increase the energy in the template of reality for awakening to happen. And there's people open to this that I never thought would be open to this. I've got like family, for example, who's more open to this. More and more people are finding these kind of videos, this information, which is a sign to me that more and more people are waking up. So you came here to experience this shift in consciousness. Your mission was to raise your vibration and to remember who you are. And you knew that by doing that, that is the mission in of itself. So yes, your passion is tied to that. Now something I have is, if you don't know your mission yet, there's a DNA starseed activation in the top of the description box right here. Listen to that for 21 days. I think it'll change your life. It'll activate more of who you really are, more of a remembrance of why you came here. A lot of your gifts will come on board and you'll become more aware of them. And that Starseed meditation will help you do that. And you can read the comments in it to see what is possible. But that's specifically made for you to go through so you can activate this within you. So something else as well is, if you want to see the daily videos, I have a lot more good stuff coming, but the way YouTube does it is you actually have to hit the notification bell to see those daily vids. If you haven't already hit the notification bell, And other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like it if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, I will talk to you on the next video. Peace, much love, and namaste.